ich weiß.
Hallo und willkommen, ich bin Meister Lenz and you're watching Get Germanized, another car of thoughts exploration of Germany. We're gonna talk, drive and explore. Let's do it. So, for those of you who know this series, we talk about different topics and sometimes we just explore Germany. And I'm telling you about, well, what Germany is all about. What you can see, what you can't see, with your eyes only. You have to know about certain stuff, obviously. Even if you see it only, it's not gonna be enough information. So this is what this series is for. Last time we talked a lot about, well, different sorts of traffic signs. And today, who knows? Who knows what might happen? I actually have a target this time, a goal where I wanna go. Because I'm picking up my dog from the doggy hairdressers. So there's gonna be some Google Maps chatter in German. Hope you don't mind. Maybe it's interesting to you, who knows? And look at that. There's a mirror on the right side of this bend here for the people living there. Because if they leave their house, they need to see if there's someone coming behind that curve, behind that bend. So that's why they install these mirrors. Here, as you can see, very small crossing here, because we are once again, in a tiny village. Okay. Whoa, holy. There's something dropped on my car. It might have been like an acorn or something. Interesting. What is this here on the left? It's a fire brigade place. Interesting. And a Feuerwehr. Feuerwehr. Feuerwehr is like to fight against, to protect from, I suppose.
Links abbiegen auf Wehrstraße.
Oh, they even called it Wehrstraße. No, okay. This town, I think, is called Wehr, or this village. I thought they called it after the fire brigade place. Oh, here, and on the right you can see a war monument. Friedhof Wehr. It's a monument for soldiers who went missing.
Nach 400 Metern nach links abbiegen, auf am Sportplatz zu bleiben.
He was wondering who went missing in World War I. Interesting. Very interesting. And here's a kindergarten apparently in this area, indicated by that little child there, this little figurine, and that sign up there. There's a Sportplatz here on the right, so, well, a soccer field basically, but you can play all different kinds of sports on there. Usually they have streets attached to them that are called like this, Sportplatz at the sports field, sports place, spot, I don't know. Very direct and literal, how we Germans like it. Indeed. I wonder if this is a dead end. Yes, looks like it is. Very much looks like it is. That's the problem with settlements. They have so many dead ends that you don't know about unless you live there. So apologies in advance for not knowing my way around here, but that is also part of these videos. But now you can see the Sportplatz better a little bit. Not much, but it's just basically an open field with a tennis court actually and two soccer goals without nets. Interesting. But I guess they didn't stand the test of time, these nets. Or they took them down because people were ruining them. Who knows? Or another possibility is they're taking them down when it's off season. Very possible. Here, these old-fashioned signs I really like. Very, it says Radiowerkstatt. They're repairing, well, radios there. I wonder how a place like that survives, you know? Because these days not many people would have their radios actually repaired. Radios are so cheap, I suppose, these days, and they don't break that often. I don't know if people would actually go out of their way and get them repaired most of the time. I think the mentality, sadly, these days is if it breaks, I just buy something new. It's so cheap. So, well, that makes me wonder how a place like that survives. Maybe you know. Maybe they do other stuff as well, not just radio repair, but technical stuff in general. You know. Oh, they had to like hay balls, we call them, Heuballen, stacked up. These round-shaped haystacks. There's a Cookie Monster on that sign. I guess it's like a warning. Oh, there's kids here, so they use like very attention-drawing symbols like that. On the left, what does it say there? Something Kind. I don't know what that was. Some I don't know. I don't think it had anything to do with children. Childs. But yeah. This autumn foliage again. Oh, so pretty, so beautiful. Enjoy it thoroughly. That's interesting. Here on the left, this little tower that's attached to the telephone lines. I guess it's a Knotenpunkt or something like that. A knot point where multiple lines are conjoining. Just a guess, since I don't actually know what these towers are for. I've never thought about that until now. Great. Oh, we're coming through a forest, and here on this sign you can see there's deer, or the possibility for deer crossing the road for the next 2 kilometers. So just a possibility, because obviously we're driving through a small patch of forest, and of course there could be game crossing here, if you're unlucky. Or lucky if you like seeing game, but I don't want to see it in front of my car, to be honest. That's always like very concerning, especially like that's the problem here in these areas of Germany, in these rural areas. You get a lot of boar crossing the road, a lot of deer, rabbits and stuff like that, and people die because of it, especially in the evening hours and morning hours. So always be careful when driving in Germany in the countryside. I mean, be careful in Germany, period, while driving, but you know, just as a reminder. But I wouldn't swap this for anything. Like, this is so pretty, living in the countryside during the season, during the different seasons. It's just so beautiful. I don't go out often enough because, of course, my job requires me to stay indoors a lot, edit and film and stuff like that. That's why I enjoy filming on the outside like this and showing you what's going on in the real world in Germany as well. There was a sign, by the way, I'm not sure if you saw it, said Landkreis. Landkreis are these smaller states within a state here in Germany. I'm sure there's a better English term for this, but I struggled with that last time I talked about it as well. Haven't looked it up yet. Landkreis, land circle. And then in the back you can see big windmills. Again, if you're in Germany, you're going to see them everywhere. We're really big on regenerative and green energy, which I am a fan of. I'm actually thinking about getting an electric car, because this isn't my car, this is just borrowed, so I can film these videos for you. But I had to sell my car, and I kind of, like, I was thinking to myself, what kind of car do you want to get? And I'm really not a big car guy. I'm not really interested in cars usually. The only thing that gets me really excited thinking about was getting an electric car. I know they're a bit more expensive, but here in Germany at the moment you don't have to pay taxes like a KFZ Steuer for electric cars. Like for, I think, until 2033 or something like that, they don't make you pay taxes on electric cars. which is awesome. Also with electric cars in Germany, you don't have to get the Hauptuntersuchungen, meaning main inspections for your cars, because there's not as many parts obviously moving and that can break and have to be replaced. Also your brakes don't have to be replaced like ever, almost at least, because the car is braking regeneratively. So it doesn't really use your brakes usually when slowing down. So that is super cool to me, and I am a big fan of technology. Like a big fan of technology, and this is the only thing that I think is worth getting. If I don't have the money for that right now, but I can save up, right? And I can borrow this car here relatively often until I do have it. So I'm excited, and I feel like that's the future. You know, I don't want to invest in the past, basically. That would get me very, not depressed, but very unexcited for... Was a dude nodding at the camera? That's funny. Very unexcited about the cars usually, like because this technology for cars has been around for so long, right? The same technology with tweaks, yes, but basically the same. So I'm excited that we're moving towards something better, something cooler. For example, if you're a cars fan, if you love sports cars, for example, or anything like that, and love the acceleration, electric cars, damn, look at the Tesla, man. It's as fast as any sports car almost, or faster. I think it gets to 100 kilometers in like 2-point-something seconds. In 2-point-something, or was it 3-point-something? Still, that's insane. It's so insane. And it's an electric car. So I don't know any argument that could speak against getting it. The recharging grid here in Germany with the different recharging stations, especially the Tesla one, is fantastic. It's growing, obviously, as well. So yeah, regenerative stuff. Germany is big on it. I am big on it too. Because it is die Zukunft, the future. Anyway, I think now actually we're slowing down really quickly, because now I have to drive in the direction of the doggo hairdressers. Because if I don't, I'm going to be late. Oh, it's just 6 minutes. Perfect. But we have to turn around. Oh no, actually, I don't. This is a very interesting kind of street, because it's not your usual asphalt. It's like asphalt segments placed next to each other here. This is more old-fashioned, I would say. It even has a sign like, oh, swervy, because it's not the best road. I guess also if like there would be ice or even just a lot of water, these roads would become more slippery than others. That's something to keep in mind for sure. Here, these black tons that you see outside is the Restmüll, I think, the leftover trash. Because we have different types of trash bins here in Germany. Obviously we recycle. So that means you have your plastic trash. If you're organic trash, then you have your Restmüll, your rest trash basically. And there's different bins. The organic one is brown, for example, while the black one is the one for the Restmüll. And the other one is yellow for the plastic, usually at least. Or often has a yellow, like a yellow cap on top. These might actually be for the yellow one, yeah, because they had a yellow lid, I suppose. There's a massive rooster here on the right. Good advertisement. You can eat roosters here. Oh, someone's driving a big-ass Mercedes. Very nice. Not actually very nice, because it's not regenerative or good for the environment at all. But I think the other... The other big companies in Germany are also seeing the development, are aware that people are interested in buying electric cars more and more. So there's someone riding a horse on the right on the field. I'm not sure if you will get a glimpse or not, but yeah, maybe it's a tiny one. Oh, that's a pony actually or something. Or maybe not. I'm not sure. It was a kid on a horse. But yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go slow again because I need to deactivate good old Google Maps really quick. There we go. Don't need it anymore. What is this here? I guess it has something to do with those domes, with those Biogasanlagen, those biogas stations. I think they are being used by farmers to produce more gas, but I could be super ignorant because I don't know actually anything about that. I'm not a farmer. I just know what they're called, not the process behind it. There's them again, these massive windmills. Once I flew over the ocean going to England, and I was surprised how many you could see actually in the water, you know, in the ocean. It's like rows and rows and rows. I mean, it makes sense. It's probably one of the best places you can put them, logically. Not sure how much it affects the environment, but logically there's lots of open space, so there's strong winds out there. I guess that's why they placed these ones here as well, because of these open fields around here. I think that's where we're going to end this video for today. I hope it's been interesting. A little drive. Oh, here on the left, I think they're measuring something that has to do with the windmills, because I saw them before sitting there with something that looks like cameras or something pointed up at the windmills. They must be measuring something or checking something with the windmills. Interesting. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. And don't forget to get Germanized. No, that's not how my outro goes. And apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen.